Hello everyone, your voice here and welcome to our channel Sansevieria 101. So for this episode, we're going to feature another inflorescence or flower bloom coming from a species affinity, and the species is gracillis. And when we say affinity, it means it is very similar to the species itself, but not entirely. So we are in a gray area. That's why this episode will be included on the unconfirmed species, because we are yet not convinced that it is belonging to the gracillis species, but it is very similar to it. So the collection number for this particular specimen that I am showing you right now is very similar to what I see with my colleague, and later on I'll show you a picture of his specimen of Sansevieria gracillis affinity that is having the collection number of ES22496, and it is found west of Handini, Tanzania. So I have also included the screenshot on the early pictures that I took of the flower bloom or the flower spike when I first spotted it, and I spotted it last February 18th, 2024. I've also included the screenshot, and like other Sansevierias that I have seen, the flower spike are very similar to the form of a crab pincer. So they look like crab pincers, and this is what I was talking about. This is the picture belonging to a colleague of mine, Seto Cartico, and that was a picture of his ES22496, and it is very similar on the early stages of the flower spike or the inflorescence, which is part of the budding stages. It's also what I'm showing you right now. These pictures are taken on a daily basis, so on a day-to-day basis the flower stalk would grow in height, and you would see that more flower tubes will grow apart from each other. And later on I'll show you more pictures of how they will transform. Now going back, I have already recorded a video of it, but sadly the video was cleaned up. All the video in my phone was cleaned up, so I have pre-recorded supposedly a bloom of ES22496, but it's lost. So later on I'll show you another video, and we will salvage what data we can get from the other one. But right now though, what's important is I'll be showing you the how tall the inflorescence would be, and how the flower tubes would look like from the topmost portion, because the topmost portions will or the appearance of the flower tubes, as I am showing you right now, will not be the same as what I will be showing on the video later on, because the flower tubes has fallen apart, or the flower tubes has fallen from the stalk, and the flower tubes are already spent, so they will not look like what I'm showing right now on the picture that I am illustrating. So what's important is I will show you the daily progress, especially the topmost portions, because you can no longer see that on the later part. The flower tubes on the topmost portions would be very short in comparison to what I'm showing you right now, which is the middle part. The middle part consists of short flower tubes and long flower tubes, and we might be able to measure a long flower tube later on, but we'll see what we can salvage on the current status of Sansevieria gracillis affinity, which I think is ES22496. So in a couple more days we will be able to witness the flower bloom. Right now we're still on the budding stages, but later on as the days progress, we will reach the blooming stages, and we will be able to basing on the pictures, we can tell the length of the flower tube, and as well as how many flowers there will be in the cluster. Like what I'm showing you right now, there are pretty much a lot of flower tubes attached on a cluster that is attached on the flower stalk. So in a bit, we will be able to witness the start of the flower bloom. Like what I mentioned, I've already set the right part of the content to have the data on when I was able to take the picture of the first day of bloom, and it's March 11, 2024. It took 22 days for the inflorescence from the spike form until it reaches to the blooming stages, which took 22 days. So in the second part, I'll probably show you how it looks currently with all the flowers spent. And sadly, I don't think that we were able to successfully pollinate this specimen. uh, I'll be back, and then we will discuss more about the inflorescence of gracillis of affinity, or what I think is ES22496. Alright folks, so we're back, and this is the second part of content wherein we will try to measure the parts of inflorescence of this Sansevieria gracillis affinity, and this is how it looks right now currently, and up to date it's March 27, I think 28. So we will take measurements of what we can for this particular Sansevieria species. So again, this is affinity to gracillis. They are closely related to the gracillis species of Sansevierias, but there might be some very minor differences uh, between them. So gracillis folks are Sansevierias that would grow continuously grow, and they will crawl down to the soil. But what I did was I have tied them on the stem part to that part of the rack. But by the way, the rack is measured 5 feet, I would say. So my rack here on this particular area is 5 feet, and this specimen of gracillis affinity is planted directly to the ground to kinda imitate how they would grow in the wild. But in the wild, they would just lay down on the ground and continue to grow, and then you can find actually air roots from this specimen, because they're looking for the ground and they can't find it. So they became air roots, or roots that just hang on the air because they cannot find the ground in the uh, in the wild. They would reach the ground because Sansevieria gracillis would just grow, keep on growing on the ground, and will probably proliferate the surroundings when they multiply, or when they have offset. So by the way, this is my specimen, and the only reason that it stands up because I have roped them from that part of the rack to the other part of the rack. So most probably this specimen is 4 feet in height, because my racks are 5 feet above the ground. So um, like I have mentioned on the first part, this is how the inflorescence looks like currently. It's already spent. All the flower tubes have wilted down, and sadly we tried pollinating it, but it bear no fruit. So what we can do now is, most importantly, we will measure this inflorescence or stalk height, and I have my 24-inch ruler, so I can perhaps move it, make it straight, and I'm ending up measuring at if I really bend it, that's at 22 inches for the flower stalk height. So we'll see if we can still salvage a length of a flower tube. Let me just get another tool here, set it to 0. I'll turn it on. There you go. And we'll try to measure one of the spent flower tubes if we can. So hold on a minute. It's very hard for me to there you go. I'm more comfortable with my right hand holding the tool, so we can actually measure that flower tube. Sorry, because I can't concentrate on holding the phone, so it will be a messy measurement or measuring of the parts of this Sansevieria gracillis affinity. We ended up 22.6 for the flower tubes that was hanging. On the topmost, I would say that it would be this short 5.8 millimeters to 20 again 21.8. Let's try to find another flower tubes that will be easy to measure. All the flower tubes are spent, so if you try to move them, they others would fall down. So I guess we can have this measured. This one would be at 26.8, so 5 millimeters to 21 millimeters to 26. So we can peg to 5 to 26 millimeters for the flower tube of this particular gracillis affinity that I am presenting to you. So aside from that, I think that's all that we can salvage. I don't know if we can measure the flowers per cluster, because from that part here you can see marks of the flower tubes that had already fallen down. So I don't know if you can count that. Perhaps let me try to focus if I can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that part over there, although it has you can still count basing on the parts that were cut. So I'm measuring 1, 2, 3, 7 on that portion. The other ones are impossible to count, so what I'll do probably after this taking this video is I would cut down this flower stalk, because it has no use for me, although it's still living. You see, it's still living. The stalk is living. It's still green, so it takes some nutrients from the plant itself. So I would have it cut from this part, so it wouldn't spend excess energy, or what you can say excess resources for them to try to make this stock live longer or wilt longer than it should. So we will cut that so it wouldn't waste any more resources trying to revive the already wilting flower stalk for this particular specimen that I am presenting. So aside from that, I have nothing to add. If you have any questions or suggestions, don't hesitate to leave a comment below. And if you enjoyed what I have presented, please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. So that's it for this content. Thank you for watching. You have a great day.